The actuary dude over here looking at another exam question. So a pension fund had assets totaling 40 million on the 1st of Jan 2000. It received 4 mil on the 1st of Jan 01, 2 mil 1st of July 01, and we had 43 mil on the end of 2000, 49 mil halfway through 2001, and then we ended up with 53 mil. So we want to know to 3 decimal places what is the time-weighted rate of return. Alright, so let's just draw a little timeline over here because we can. So that's going from the 1st of the first 2000, and we started with 40, then halfway across, so in 1 year's time, 1101, so into the first 2001, we get 4 mil, and so we started with, as in 40 mil turned into 43, then we got 4 mil, and halfway in that year, in July 01, we received another 2 mil, but we'd managed to bring it up to 49, and then we ended off with 53 over here, and that's the 31st of December 2001. So we're looking at 2 years. So our time-weighted rate of return over here is 1 plus I squared, which is equal to 40 mil turns into 43, is what we're looking at, multiplied by our 43 plus 4 turns into 49, and then our 49 plus 2 turns into 53. So what does I equal? Let's just use Excel to do a quick calculation for that. So is equal to 43 divided by 40 is equal to 49 divided by, that's 47, is equal to 53 divided by 51. But over there we find the product of that, and then we put that to the power of a half and minus 1. Easy enough to do. Done it several times before. And there we go, it's 7.921% per annum. Okay, 7.921% per annum. Easy few marks. Next bit, we're still doing IB. So the linked internal rate of return using subintervals of a calendar year specifically. And the linked internal rate of return, well, that's going to be 1 plus our linked internal rate of return over 2 years is equal to our amount over here. This is our money weighted rate of return, I1, that goes over 1 year, multiplied by 1 plus I number 2, and that goes over 1 year as well, because that's what we're using. So how do we find what this bit is over here? Okay, so, well, the first bit, 1 plus I1, easy enough to do because it's only been one thing in 1 year, so that's going to be 43 divided by 40, and what was that? We worked that out in Excel over here. That's 7.5%, so 1.075 equals 1.075. That's that bit over there. We should remember that. And now to find out our I2. So this is what we need over here. Now what we can do is we can start off by saying, alright, well we got 47 mil over here, and that's going to reach to the end, so that's going to go over 1 year. So 47 mil multiplied by our second year interest rate plus, and then I think it was we received 2 mil, so we have that amount there, plus our second year interest rate again, but we only had it for half a year, so because we got it in July, and then that's going to be equal to our 53 mil over there. So let's just let 1 plus the second I to the half be x, just to make things easy, and that's all we really need to do to manipulate things over here. So I'm just going to say 47x squared plus 2x minus 53 is equal to 0. And we're just doing our quadratic formula to solve this, which is negative b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac on 2a. And let's just use Excel to quickly work that one out. So it's equal to, sorry, that's going to be negative b, so negative 2 plus square root b squared, which is 4, minus 4 times a, which is 47, times c, which is negative 53, all divided by 2 times a, 2 times 47. Sorry, you can't see that, but that's how it looks. And then equals, and this bit over here is equal to x, or our 1 plus I2 to the half. So in order to find out what it is as 1 plus I2, we just have to square it. Equals that, squared. And so 1 plus I2 is 1.0833681. So I'll just note that down. 1 plus I number 2 is equal to 1.08336 and so on, some other numbers. And now we just have to multiply this bit by our 1 plus I, this bit over here. So that's it over there. And now we'll just use Excel to solve that one. So it's this figure here multiplied by 1.075, so is equal to that, times that, and this is 1 plus our linked internal rate of return squared, this bit over here. So all we have to do is put it to the power of a half and then minus 1, equals that, to the power of a half, equals that, minus 1. And this is our linked internal rate of return, which is 7.918. Okay, so LIRR is equal to 7.918% per annum. There we go, we've done all the numbers on this question, so what else does it want us to do? State both in general and in this particular case, so that's 2 bits, when the linked internal rate of return will be identical to the time-weighted rate of return. Okay, so they're going to be identical when the sub-intervals match. Now, it told us in this case that it wants us to do it in the situation of a calendar year. So what we really did in this case is we assumed that this is year number 1, this is year number 2, even though we did do some calculations of the payment that came in the middle of the year, but we're only doing 2 sub-intervals, whereas in the time-weighted rate of return, this is 3 sub-intervals over here. So the way to make it match is if we use the linked internal rate of return as sub-intervals to say going 1 over here for 1 year between that time period, another one over here within this half a year, and then a final one over here within this time period, then they would be identical, they'd be the same. If you have any questions, please ask, but thanks a lot for watching.